And folks, welcome. Today we have a huge main event. AMW-TV as the Mega Destroyer battles Eddie Browning in a match never before seen here on TV from way back this holiday season. We'll also hear from Kyle Maggard Phil Fair as Kyle gets ready for his return title match this Friday night in Booneville, Kentucky, Owsley County High School. We've got information on upcoming events around the Appalachians, some we've not announced yet here on AMW-TV. And once again, we hope to show you footage of Misty James as Stan Lee's maid for the day, but the James wrestling duo still claiming Misty unable to do it. And if you watched last week, you know that AMW Championship and Rules Committee gave the duo 21 days to hold up their end of the match stipulation or be fired. They've got 14 days at this point. 2 more weeks to go, Misty. We'll see what happens, but you got to fulfill that stipulation or they will not be back. In AMW, Bo will be battling Stan this Friday in Booneville. And let's take a look at Bo James in action. Here's some words about him from Friday night. This matchup from September 2017. Bo, an absolute stellar performance against El Delgado III.
And folks, here we go here. Bo James offering the handshake to the newcomer here. I wouldn't advise him to do that if
I don't think he should do that at all. As a matter of, and you could just see why right there, Nathan.
Absolutely. Bo James, the king of Kingsport, the king of the mountains in Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. And this newcomer, he may be in some trouble tonight.
El Delgado, though, taking a snapmare down. Bo's got him right back up where he wants him. Oh, close fist. Referee's going to get on to him for that.
Bo James, just an absolute hoss in the ring.
Well, he's going to do everything he can against El Delgado III. You know, El Delgado is the son, Helio Delgado. I didn't know if you knew that.
Oh, that's news to me, but...
Speaking of news, Misty James just gave the news to him with that big right-handed slap. Oh, my goodness, what a hand, and that's blatantly behind the referee's back. Now he's going to try to get onto it, but I don't think it's going to matter. El Delgado trying to fire back. Oh! Big knee lift on El Delgado by handsome Bo James. HBJ with another chop right to the... I think that was in the throat, Nate. Elbow to the back of the head. That's going to sever his spine if he hits it any harder than that. He's just picking the El Delgados in a world of pain. I've never seen such discombobulation from a man. Lariat! Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen him knock many men out with that. I've seen him take many men to school. Oh, goodness, he's going for it. The Cobra Clutch.
Oh, my goodness.
Cobra Clutch taught to him.
Wait, let me correct you there, Mr. Dookie. That's the Kingsport Clutch.
Oh, excuse me. Well, it was taught to him by the mass superstar himself, who learned it from the giant Baba from Japan. It's a deadly hold. I've seen him take many people out with this.
And the ref is calling for it. That's going to be it. And Bo James not letting go of the hold.
It's exactly like something Bo's going to do, is not let go of that hold. He's trying to send a message to someone or somebody, maybe just the people here in Happy Kentucky.
Such a disrespectful man. I mean, Bo, all he's done over the years is win, 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 but you see what tactics he will stoop to. Nothing's above reproach when it comes to Bo James.
Well, you know, as dastardly as he may be, as the tactics he uses, it gets the job done, Nate, and I can't disagree with that.
Can't disagree with it.
You know, I've got a lot to say today on this episode of Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, and I hope everybody's paying attention, especially you, Scott Diamond, and you, Nathan Little. Now, you know, it amazes me with all the work that AMW does in the schools and the community for anti-bullying and literacy programs in the school and all the assemblies that they do to fight off bullies, that you come on this television each and every week and you bully me and bully my wife. You're trying to push us into something we never agreed upon. You're trying to make us do something we should never have to do. The maid for the day against the car, that was a stipulation that Stan Lee asked for. That was a stipulation that Scott Diamond put on the match. I never agreed to it. Misty never agreed to it. So then you got even more upset when I made you uphold Stan Lee and hold him to his word when he said if he didn't pin my shoulders to the mat. He didn't do it Christmas night. He's never did it in the past, and he's never going to do it in the future because he's not man enough to beat me 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. So you're trying to throw all these stipulations if we don't abide by your rules that you're going to fire us in 21 days, now 14 days, 2 weeks. That's all right. I'm not worried about it. Because I know a couple of things that you don't realize right now. First of all, I have Big Money Brock, my Baltimore lawyer, on this, and he's still going through it each and every night, and he's going to find a loophole to make sure we don't have to go through with this. Second of all, without us, there is no AMW. This television would go away. The crowds would dwindle off to nothing because everybody comes to see Bo James, Misty James, and the Mega Destroyer. They come to see the First Family. That's right. We are the straws that stir the drinks around here. We're the number one man, me. Number one woman, Misty James. Number one mercenary, the Mega Destroyer. You see, I'm the king of the mountains for a reason. Because I'm a whole lot smarter than your average bear, and I'm a whole lot smarter than you, Stan Lee. I'm a whole lot smarter than you, Nathan Little. I'm a whole lot smarter than you, Scott Diamond. So you keep making threats, and that's all right because our lawyers are going to handle it just like they did with the car, which happens to be sitting in my driveway right now, not at Stan Lee's house. Now I want to tell you a story, speaking of my driveway out there. Just a little bit earlier today, I went out on the front porch. And there I saw my neighbor's dog right there in my driveway. And I've told my neighbor I don't want his dog over here. I've thrown rocks at that dog, and I've chased it off, and I've did some stuff to it in the past, like, you know, kick it a few times. So I went over and I told that dog, get out of here. And he just looked at me. So I hauled off and I kicked that dog all the way across the driveway onto the other side of my yard. And he just laid there and whimpered. And I walked across there and I kicked him out into the street. And as I looked down at that dog laying there whimpering, licking his wounds, I realized that dog is a lot like you, Stan Lee. It's had all that it can handle, but not all that it wants. See, you started all this, Stan. You've got nobody to blame but yourself. And this coming Friday night in Booneville, Kentucky, I'm going to make sure without a shadow of a doubt that everybody knows that you're in over your head. Because I'm going to take both of these Tennessee soup bones right here and repeatedly beat you about your face, head, and shoulders. Then I'm going to break that leg of yours that you're limping around on that we've already injured. See, you started it by coming on this television and mean-mouthing me and my wife. You started it by making the first challenges. You started it by crossing the wrong people, and we showed you and gave you an opportunity to sit there for a minute and think maybe I did something wrong and I can go back and make things right, but there's no mending this now. There's no fixing this now. And in Booneville, Kentucky this Friday night, you know, I looked up, Booneville happens to have the oldest living mayor in the country, right there in Booneville, Kentucky, right over there in the middle of Hill Jack Central, right over there in the middle of the woods. I hope his heart can withstand it when he's sitting out there in the county high school this week, and I begin to beat on Stan Lee, and I'm telling everybody watching this within the sound of my voice, I don't care if you're in Caney Branch or Combs, Happy, Harlan, Hindman, I don't care if you're all the way over in Somerset or Williamson, Kentucky. You need to drive to Booneville this week. You need to bring your children and your grandchildren. Because when I commence to giving that East Tennessee dog whooping to Stan Lee, you can look at your children and go, that right there is how you whip a man. That right there is how you prove a point. That right there is how you get the job done. This Friday night, Booneville, Kentucky, County High School. Stan Lee, you're in over your head. This Friday night, you better believe when you look across the ring, you're looking at the meanest man that ever came to Kentucky. You better believe this Friday night, I'm set on DR that's dead ready to bring the pain, blues, and agony. This Friday night, Booneville, Kentucky, I'm ready to settle it, and I'm going to put you out once and for all.
There you hear it, folks. Strong words from the king of the mountains, handsome Bo James himself. We'll find out over the next few days if he can back those words up. But don't go away. We'll be right back with Kyle Maggard on AMW-TV.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
Are you a member of a church group? Are you a member of a sports team, local school, volunteer fire department, or any other nonprofit? Partner with Appalachian Mountain Wrestling for a fundraiser to bring money to your organization. Have some fun. A night of professional wrestling, fun for the entire family. earn some money, partner with Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, and help make wrestling great again. And welcome back in after the break. Hope you had a good break. But you saw some upcoming dates there. I'm telling you, the folks, all of us at AMW, the Championship and Rules Committee, the front office, the superstars, were so excited about our debut this Friday in Booneville, Kentucky at Owsley County High School. You heard about the big match between Bo James and Stan Lee. That's coming this Friday. But also on this card, Friday, main event for the AMW title. Champion Stan Sierra with Phil Fair. They're defending that title against former champion Kyle Maggard. AMW cameras caught up with the champion's manager Phil Fair this week. Let's hear from him, and then we will hear from the challenger, Kyle Maggard.
Friday night, February 9th, Booneville, Kentucky, Owenby County High School. Stan Sierra and Phil Fair will grace you with our presence. You will get to see your AMW heavyweight champion, Stan Sierra, and the greatest manager in the Appalachian Mountains, Phil Fair, live and in living color. And Stan Sierra is going to have to put his title on the line against Kyle Maggard. Again, Kyle Maggard, back like that bad dream, keeps coming around like that bad penny. Well, Kyle, Stan Sierra, and myself are tired of you. And Friday night, we're going to make sure and show you and everybody else why Stan Sierra is not only the greatest AMW heavyweight champion of all time, but why he is superior to you and everybody in the Appalachian Mountains. And that's a fair deal.
Wrestling fans, Kyle Maggard here. I'm going to talk to you real quick about something big. No, it's not the fact that you can go to collarandelbowbrand.com and get some fine wrestling memorabilia and use AMW code to save 10%. Like this fine shirt I have on here. It's not that. No, it's this Friday night, Booneville, Kentucky. Appalachian Mountain Wrestling making our debut in that town. First time ever. Biggest wrestling event ever in Booneville. And what's the main event of that night? Kyle Maggard getting his return shot at AMW heavyweight champion Stan Sierra. Now, not only am I excited about having an opportunity to win that championship back, the most prestigious championship in all of wrestling, but now, when I pin Stan Sierra, I get to get that big money, that big payday. Phil Fair finagled it. Every time Stan Sierra retains that title, he gets the money. But also, whoever beats him gets that money. Every time they're the champion, gets that money. Everybody knows Kyle Maggard likes him a little money. So come out Friday night, February the 9th, Owsley County High School. Watch the new AMW champion be crowned. Kyle Maggard here with Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, the premier wrestling organization in Southeast Kentucky. No, Southeast United States. Now, our offices get flooded with questions day in and day out about how you can get your Appalachian Mountain Wrestling merchandise. Well, I'm here to tell you now. You can go to ebay.com, search Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, find our online store there. You can get your own Appalachian Mountain Wrestling shirt that I'm wearing. You can get all of our special DVD tapings, whether it's Thanksgiving Turmoil, Hardwired, Weekends of Champion, Summer Bash. Get your special superstar photos. Get them signed, get them unsigned. Prices may vary, but all the products are the same, and that's simply the best because we're Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, and we're making wrestling.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
Attention! Do you have a business, website, products, or an event to promote? Let us help you reach the masses with TV and internet ads. For just a few dollars a week, we offer commercial spots. Don't wait. Jump on this opportunity now to reach a large audience for an affordable price. Email for all the info. Advertising packages you cannot afford to pass up.
And welcome back in, folks. Again, don't miss AMW in action when it comes to a town near you. And this Friday night, we're coming to Booneville, Kentucky, Owsley County High School. Another man signed for action this Friday night is none other than the mysterious Mega Destroyer. Let's go to the ring to see him as he battles a man that is no stranger to him, the Driller, Eddie Browning. And here we join you, folks. Black and Blue Friday, Jackson, Kentucky, and Black and Blue Friday. This Friday, maybe the Mega Destroyer going to try to beat somebody black and blue in Owsley County, Booneville, Owsley County High School. Really getting excited for that one as the Mega Destroyer backs the Driller, Eddie Browning, into the ropes and gets him right to the gut as the ref calls to break the hold. And now he's just going to work, and you know, the Mega Destroyer still don't know a lot about him. Still don't know what's under that mask, but we do know that whoever is under that mask, they are skilled in the ring. They're big, they're strong, and they don't care to bend the rules, hurt people, as he just rakes Eddie Browning's face across the top rope. Absolutely. It's not often you see Eddie Browning struggling like this. But these two men, a lot of wrestling experience between them. The takedown goes straight for the submission attempt. Crowd wanting Eddie to make a comeback here. Up to a knee. He's fighting out of it, folks. Eddie Browning ducks through, comes off the ropes, ducks another clothesline. Flying crossbody, is that it? No, right at the count of two, the Destroyer kicks out and then immediately with that double axe handle right to the back. And you see the crossbody caught him by surprise, but there's still plenty of fight left in him as he hits the big vertical suplex. And he needs to cover Browning because I don't know how much he's got left. Delayed cover. Kicks out at the count of two. Folks, that might have been it. If he'd have got to that cover just a little sooner. Eddie on the ropes in more ways than one here in this matchup. As we go for a body slam and then goes for the backbreaker. Could that do it? had him up high enough to look like he could really do whatever he wanted from that body slam position, brings him down with that crushing backbreaker. And now Browning back on the ropes. Referee pleading for the Destroyer to get off the ropes, but could be a long night for Eddie Browning. Folks, tons of stuff out Friday night. It's going to be a night to remember in Booneville, Kentucky. A lot of Bo James, Stan Leon matchup. You know their history with the General Lee, and is Misty going to come man up, so to speak, and decide to be Stan's valet for a day like she's supposed to, or are they going to wimp out and then never come back to AMW? And what's that mean for the Destroyer? Does he go with them? Who knows? As he goes for the back body drop, but Eddie Browning, sunset flip. And the Destroyer, once again, after the pinning attempt, just gets up quickly. Knows that Eddie Browning still a lot of damage dealt to him in this one. As there he goes through with that body slam. Eddie Browning taking a lot of damage. Destroyer still plenty left in the tank. And oh my goodness. Destroyer flying off the top rope here. And Eddie Browning rolls away, avoiding the massive Mega Destroyer. And that could be what Eddie Browning needs to get back into this. He's had several opportunities, but the Mega Destroyer has cut him off at every opportunity. And Eddie Browning just going to work, slinging some fists. Knocks the Destroyer off his feet, immediately going for the cover. Destroyer kicks out at 2. Into the turnbuckle they go, and then Destroyer going for a ride, and here comes Browning with that high knee. I don't know how much more the Destroyer can take. And Browning better watch out here, folks. I think the Destroyer just loaded up that face mask, and he hits him. Browning may be completely unconscious after that one. And here we go, folks. The Mega Destroyer wins, defeats Eddie Browning. Says telling the ref to check the face mask, but there was something in there, and he has knocked Eddie Browning out cold. Out cold here on AMW-TV. Destroyer, he's going to be in action this Friday night, Booneville, Kentucky. Eddie Browning probably, don't know how long. You know, he's going to have to be checked for a concussion after that one, folks. Plenty of questions left to be answered, though. What's next for the Destroyer? Misty James, she's got 2 weeks to be Stan Lee's valet for a day. If she doesn't answer that stipulation, her and Bo are gone for good when it comes to AMW. What does that mean for the Destroyer? What does that mean for AMW, folks? We'll have to find out as things progress further on AMW-TV. Folks, welcome back. We're coming to the end of this episode of AMW-TV. Glad that you decided to spend some time with us here, but this Friday night, 2 main events, Bo James taking on Stan Lee, and Kyle Maggard's return match against the champion, Sexy Stan Sierra. That's Friday night, a fundraiser for the Owsley County girls basketball team. And guys, we are always looking for ways to give back to the community. So if you've got a nonprofit, a sports team, and you want to do a fundraiser, please get up with us on Facebook. Email us at AppalachianMountainWrestling@gmail.com, and we'd love to work that out. If you're in the Appalachian region, we'd love to come out and help you make some money and just spend some time, have a good night of professional wrestling like we're going to have Friday night in Booneville, Kentucky. And if we don't see you Friday night, we'll see you back next week here on Appalachian Mountain Wrestling Television.